Hello, welcome to Poetry Changes Lives, where poetry meets history with a thought for the day. And you can buy this book on Amazon, by the way. It makes a very good present. Uh, this weekend, is history. A new president of the United States will be inaugurated on Monday, and the world, holds its breath. There's so much happening that future generations will look back on these times as historic in many ways because there's so many things, bad and good, I may say, happening in the world right now. But certainly, we wish, I wish all my friends in America nothing but the best with their new president. And I'm reading from this book. On this day in 1961, the inauguration of President John F. Kennedy took place in Washington, D.C. And I remember that event. Maybe not many other people do, but I remember it. Um, at that inauguration, all those years ago, the 86-year-old great American poet Robert Frost recited some of his poetry from memory um, because the sun was shining in his eyes and he couldn't read what he'd written on the paper. But luckily, he did it very well. Um, the inauguration finished and Kennedy's 1,000 days in office began. Well, one of Kennedy's famous favorite poems was this one by Alan Seeger, which has a grim prophetic ring to it, but it was one of Kennedy's favorite poems. So I'm going to read it. It's called I Have a Rendezvous with Death. I have a rendezvous with death at some disputed barricade when spring comes back with rustling shade and apple blossoms fill the air. I have a rendezvous with death when spring brings back blue days and fair. It may be he shall take my hand and lead me into this dark land and close my eyes and quench my breath. It may be I shall pass him still. I have a rendezvous with death on some scarred slope of battered hill when spring comes round again this year, and the first meadow flowers appear. God knows 'twere better to be deep, pillowed in silk and scented down, where hushed awakenings are dear. But I've a rendezvous with death at midnight in some flaming town, when spring trips north again this year. And I, to my pledged word, am true. I shall not fail that rendezvous. I think what the poet is saying is that, we all have a rendezvous with death inevitably at some time, and we know not when it will happen. Well, today I reflect on the future with faith in the inherent goodness of mankind. That always gives you encouragement. The fact that the individuals you meet going about one's day-to-day business are often very, very nice people. And no matter what some of the world leaders are getting up to. Thank you for listening today.